Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Madhuri Taneja, and in today's lecture we will study lesson number 8 of history, that is the devotional paths. In this very chapter, we are going to study about some religious beliefs and religious debates that took place in the medieval period in our country. Basically, this chapter covers the two most important and powerful religious movements of that period, namely the Bhakti movement and the Sufi movement. These two movements changed the way of worshipping, changed the way the people worship the God. So basically, we are going to study about the religious beliefs and the religious movements of the medieval period. Earlier, during the ancient period, the people used to worship God in two different ways. The one way was to recite some particular mantras and to perform several rituals under the guidance of the priest, and the second way was to do mass singing in praise of their chosen deities. So people all over the world perform different kind of rituals. Some sing bhajans, some do kirtans or qawwalis, and some chant verses for God in silence. This intense devotion for God gave birth to Sufi and Bhakti movements which evolved in India in the 18th century. So what happened was the people used to perform different type of rituals. Earlier in the ancient period, the society was divided into different varnas, or you can say into different groups. There was the division of the society on the basis of caste. For example, some groups were there which were known as Brahmins, the other was known as Kshatriyas, similarly the Vaishyas and the Shudras. The Brahmins were considered very much superior. Whatever the Brahman used to guide people, the people used to follow that. So at that time, different ways were there to worship the god, which were followed by different types of people. So there was devotion to God, and this devotion for God gave birth to two different movements. One was Sufi movement and the second one was Bhakti movement. So what happened during this period, the people had to begin to think about the new ways of worship. Now why people at that time started thinking about some new ways? Because whatever the religious beliefs were there at that time, the religious rituals, religious practices, they were very much complicated. जो भी ब्राह्मण्स गाइड करते थे लोग उसको फॉलो करते थे, बट वो रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिसेस एक कॉमन मैन के लिए ईजी नहीं थी. दे वर वेरी मच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. सो द पीपल स्टार्टेड फाइंडिंग सम ईजी वे, सम सिंपल वे to show the devotion to God. So during that period, the people began to think about the new ways of worship that could replace the complicated religious practices. So they started thinking, so many debates were there, and after that, they concluded that there was only one supreme power known as God. भाई अगर आपके वे अलग अलग हैं, वर्शिप करने का तरीका अलग है, सबके रिचुअल्स अलग हैं, प्रैक्टिसेस अलग हैं, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली दे आर अप्रोचिंग ओनली वन सुप्रीम पावर, दैट इज द गॉड. आप चाहे गॉड को गॉड बोलो, भगवान बोलो, अल्लाह बोलो, गॉड इज वन. रिलीजियस कैन बी डिफरेंट, the way can be different to approach the God, but the supreme power is only one, that is God. In the ancient India, different types of gods and goddesses were worshipped at every place. But with the evolution of trade and commerce, the new ideas of worship and existence of life emerged. So अब लोगों को एक real meaning समझ आने लगा that there was only one supreme power, that is God, and he is known by different names at different places. They taught the people that the God realization could be achieved through bhakti devotion or through total surrender. अब लोगों को उस टाइम समझ आया कि ठीक है, ये कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रैक्टिसेस करनी ज़रूरी नहीं है. व्हाट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट? आपकी डिवोशन. योर डिवोशन इज़ अटमोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इफ़ यू वॉन्ट टू अचीव द गॉड. अगर आपको गॉड चाहिए, आपको प्रॉपर रियलाइजेशन चाहिए, सो वट यू हैव टू डू इज़ यू हैव टू डिवोट योर सेल्फ टू गॉड. आपको अपने आप को गॉड को सरेंडर करना है, मीन्स समर्पित करना है. सो थ्रू सरेंडरिंग योर सेल्फ, थ्रू शोइंग द एक्चुअल डिवोशन, आपको गॉड मिल सकता है. सो एट दैट टाइम द साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड रीबर्थ वॉज बेस्ड ऑन गुड एंड बैड कर्मा ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल. ये सबको पता है, ऐसा बोला जाता था, वट एवर यू डू विल कम बैक टू यू. अगर आप कुछ अच्छा कर्म करते हो तो आपको अच्छा उसका फ्रूट मिलेगा और बैड कर्मा का बैड फ्रूट मिलेगा. सो द फिलॉसफी दैट ह्यूमन बींग्स डिफर बाय बर्थ गेन्ड प्रोमिनेंस. दिस वॉज द केस ऑफ एंशियंट इंडिया. In the ancient India, different types of gods and goddesses were there, and at that time the people used to think कि आप जो भी करोगे आपको अपने कर्म के अनुसार उसका फल मिलेगा. And the human beings differ by birth gained prominence. What it means कि जो जिस भी particular caste में आपका birth हुआ है आप उस group से belong करते हो. So the human beings were different. Society was divided into different groups. But later in the medieval period, when the people realized कि नहीं ये practices बहुत complicated हैं, at that time Jainism and Buddhism gained popularity, and at that time two movements gained popularity, that is the Bhakti movement and the Sufi movement. And जो persons Bhakti movement से related थे, what they said कि जो आपको God अगर चाहिए, if you want the realization, what you have to do is you have to show proper devotion and you have to surrender yourself. आप गॉड पर खुद को समर्पित कर दो. सो भक्ति meant intense devotion and surrender to one's personal deity. आपका जो भी deity है, deity means जो भी आपका भगवान है, गॉड है, आप जिस भी पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन के हो, जिस भी गॉड में आपको बिलीव है, आपको क्या करना है, खुद को सरेंडर करना है उस गॉड पर. भक्ति traces its roots in the Upanishads, पुराणास एंड भगवद गीता. दिस इज कि आपको भक्ति मूवमेंट के बारे में पता कहाँ से लगा? फ्रॉम उपनिषद, पुराणास एंड Bhagavad Gita. Shiva, Vishnu and Durga came to be worshipped as the main deities, while God and goddesses of other regions came to be identified with these gods. So earlier gods कौन से थे? Shiva, Vishnu and Durga. Local myths and legends became a part of Puranic traditions. These new traditions accepted women and lower caste, though Brahmins continue to be important. अब जो इंडिया में वर्शिप करने का सिस्टम था वो चेंज हो गया. आपको क्या समझाया कि डिवोशन इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपको खुद को सरेंडर करना है. सो जो लोगों का वे था, जो लोगों की थिंकिंग थी, वो धीरे धीरे चेंज हो गई. और इस न्यू ट्रेडिशन में वुमेन और लोअर कास्ट दोनों को ही रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिसेस करने की परमिशन थी. बट स्टिल अभी भी टॉप पोजीशन पर कौन थे? ब्राह्मण्स थे. नाउ अलवर्स एंड नयनार्स इन साउथ इंडिया, अ न्यू काइंड ऑफ भक्ति. Now in this very paragraph you have been told about the South India. What happened there was, some of the earliest bhakti movements were led by Alvars and Nayanas. First of all, what do we mean by Alvars and Nayanas? Alvars are the worshippers of Vishnu. The people who used to worship Vishnu, they were known as Alvars, and the people who used to worship Shiva, they were known as Nayanas. So the Alvars and Nayanas, these two groups were there, mainly prevalent in the South India. They were popularized in South India, and these were the followers of the Bhakti movement. We are learning about the Bhakti movement. Bhakti movement includes those people जिन्होंने ये कहा था कि if you want the realization, if you want the proper salvation, what is required? Your devotion is required, and you have to surrender yourself to your deity. So इन लोगों में से कुछ persons थे, two groups were there which were prevalent in South India. Two groups were there, Alvars and Nayanas. Alvars, the one who worship Vishnu, and Nayanas, the one who worship Shiva. These two groups, they travel to different places singing hymns of praise in Tamil to deities in different villages. ये persons, ये groups जो थे Alvars और Nayanas, South India में तमिलनाडु, साउथ इंडिया में तमिल लैंग्वेज में जो गॉड के प्रेज में हिम सिंग करते थे. मीन्स कुछ भजन बोलते थे डिफरेंट विलेजेस में. पर्पस क्या था? भक्ति मूवमेंट के बारे में लोगों को एक्सप्लेन करना. द टेम्पल्स वर इरेक्टेड बाय पांड्या एंड चोला रूलर्स. नाउ एट दैट टाइम जो रूल था वो चोलास और पांड्यास का था इन द साउथ. सो द चोलास एंड पांड्यास, दे वर engaged in making so many temples, and so many shrines were visited by these poet saints. So at that time जब चोलास और पांड्यास का रूल था तो वहाँ पर बहुत सारे टेम्पल्स वगैरह बनवाए गए थे. सो एट दैट टाइम जो भक्ति और मूवमेंट्स के जो सेंट्स थे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अलवर्स और नयानास जो पोइट थे, जो हिम्स गाते थे, जो गॉड की प्रेज करते करते कुछ भजन लिखते थे, ये जो पोइट्स थे ये डिफरेंट श्राइन्स मीन्स होली प्लेसेस, जो पांड्यास और चोलास ने वहाँ होली प्लेसेस या टेम्पल्स बनवाए थे, वहाँ अलवर्स और नयानास ग्रुप के जो पर्सन्स थे वो जाते थे, लोगों को भक्ति मूवमेंट के बारे में इन्फॉर्म करते थे, और इन्फॉर्म करने का भी क्या था, दे यूज टू सिंग डिफरेंट हिम्स in the praise of their deities in Tamil language. So basically, Alvars or Nayanars at the time of Cholas and Pandyas rule, they used to move to different places, different shrines, singing the hymns of praise of different gods in Tamil language. Why Tamil language? Because we are studying about the South India. Our sources of information. अब हमें अलवर्स और नयनार्स के बारे में कहाँ से पता लगा? From biographies of the point saints. This is also known as hagiographies. Different saints की biography से आपको पता लगा है, and from hymns and poems that were compiled later. Two well-known Alvar and Nayanar women saints. Now here the examples are given of two women saints one was Alvar and the other was Nayanar, and the two women were Andal and Karaikal Amayar respectively. So this was about the Bhakti movement which got prevalent in the medieval period in our country.